Tonight, a jury found Eddie Routh guilty in the murders of Chris Kyle and Chad Littlefield.
We've waited 2 years for God to get justice for us on behalf of our son. And as always, God has proved to be faithful. And we're so thrilled that we have the verdict that we have tonight.
This took more than 2 years to bring the trial. It took jurors only about 2 hours to come to their guilty verdict of capital murder. It means that Eddie Ray Routh will go to prison for the rest of his life without parole. The other option, not guilty by reason of insanity, the defense would have had to show that he did not know right from wrong at the time he pulled the trigger. And jurors found that he did know right from wrong when that happened, despite some testimony from expert witnesses that he was suffering from schizophrenia. They determined that he was not.
This has been a long trial, 9 days. This portion, the victim impact statements, happened very quickly. It was two members of the Littlefield family. They went back to back. Jerry Richardson said to Routh, "Your claims of PTSD have been a disgrace to anyone that served with honor." He was followed by Chad Littlefield's father, Don Littlefield. He looked right at him and said, "We will not become bitter, angry, or resentful. That would keep us bound to you. You do not deserve that honor." You brought up he was very offended that Routh claims to have not known his name. So he looked at him and said his name was Chad Littlefield, and then he spelled out each letter looking at Routh.
Sebastian, this is one of the things that really did hurt the Littlefield family from back when they first heard this confession played in court in March, that he killed their son and he didn't even know who he was. So I know that was very hurtful for them. They're very religious people, so they said that they had been waiting for 2 years for God to bring justice. And tonight they feel like they have received justice. Taya Kyle left the courthouse without talking. In fact, she bolted out of the courtroom during closing arguments by defense attorneys. But Eddie Routh has been found guilty of capital murder and will go to prison for the rest of his life. Even after all of this trial, we may never know a full answer of exactly why he did what he did.